Those are African people, so-called African. Hamites. We are different from Hamites. Do you know that, sister? Yeah, we are. When you say other black people had black people in slavery, those are not the same people, right? An African will tell you to your face, you are not my people.
Oh, I know that.
Right?
We're not the same, but we are the same.
Right. Well, you can say that, but the Bible says different. We're going to go with...
They get offended. I know.
Yeah, well, we get offended too, because those, when the Most High brought us out of Egypt, we was subjugated to other African people, to so-called black people, right? But we are different nations of people. We are the Israelites, right? Africans didn't come over here on slave ships. Israelites came over here on slave ships, right? It's a distinction, right? Bring it out.
This is the book of Exodus. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 11, verse 7. But against any other children of Israel should not a dog move his tongue against a man or beast, that ye may know how the Lord hath put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel.
You hear that, sister? The Lord put a distinction between the Israelites, his chosen people, and against Hamites, which are Africans, right? So we're gonna get the biblical definition of what you got, of Ham, out of the S.O.T.M.H Bible Dictionary, right? It's gonna show you the distinction between the Negroes and the so-called African people, right? Because you got a Semitic people, you have a Hamitic people. We descend from Shem. We are not Hamites. We are not African. A lot of our people is migrated through the landmass of Africa, but we are not those people. Right. A lot of our people, because we had to fled into Africa, right? Read that, King.
This is the S.O.T.M.H Bible Dictionary. This is Ham, the youngest son of Noah.
It is. You know who Noah is, right? Yeah, who built the ark. So Noah had 3 sons. Ham, Shem, Japheth. We talking about Ham. Read that again from the top.
The youngest son of Noah.
It's the youngest son of Noah. Read.
Born probably about 96 years before the flood, and one of 8 persons to live through the flood.
One of 8 people to live, because right after the Most High flooded okay, what is it talking about? Okay, after the flood, after the Lord flooded the whole earth. This is how we say everybody thinks the Most High is all love. We're talking about a God who flooded the whole earth once upon a time. So you think he won't punish you for your sins? Right? So it says after the flood, Ham it was only 8 people left. Right? We get into those people. Read.
He became the progenitor of the dark races.
Talking about Ham. It said he became the progenitor. You know what that means? Progenitor. He became the father of the dark races, right? Read.
Not the Negro.
Not the who?
Not the Negro.
No, some of them.
Not the Negro.
Not the Negroes. Ham is the progenitor of the Egyptians, the Ethiopians, Somalians, right? Those are Hamites, right? But not the Negroes. Read that one more time.
He became the progenitor of the dark races, not the Negro.
Right, so we are not so-called African people. Our people have migrated into Africa after 70 AD, after the Romans took over our kingdom, our empire, right? We had to fled into Africa to avoid Roman persecution. You got something? Who got it? What you got for that?
Block to show that what you
the difference between Hebrews, Egypt, and Ethiopia.
Bring that up.
the black African Hebrews of Egypt and Ethiopia.
So this is Rudolph Winslow from Babylon to Timbuktu, another source, right? A viable source, scholarly source, right? Read that, King.
From what period can we certify the existence of black Hebrews in Egypt and Ethiopia? It is certain that Israelites were in Egypt and Ethiopia during the period of King Tekla of Egypt.
Hear that? So Israelites was in Ethiopia, right? Read.
23rd to 9th dynasty, about 725 BC, and the prophet Isaiah of Jerusalem. Because we read in Isaiah 11:11 that, and it shall come to pass in that day, that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people.
Right, so give me that. Give me Isaiah 11:11. We're going to show you what you're talking about, that the Lord is going to really gather his people. Excuse me. From all over. He gonna you listen. You with me, sister? So he's the Most High. He's going to gather his people that is talking about in Isaiah 11:11. Read.
Which shall be left from Assyria and from Egypt and from Pathros, Upper Egypt, and from Cush, Ethiopia. In Isaiah 27:13, we get the understanding that the outcasts of Judah are in the land of Egypt.
You hear that? So that's what we're saying. Even to go back to Moses, right? When he gathered us up from Egypt, right? So it's just showing you that we were in these land masses of Africa. Our people was there. We was in Ethiopia. We was in Egypt, right? We was in all these places. Is there more in there? Read.
All right. What did I leave off that, Salakia? Okay. Isaiah 27:13, you get the understanding of the outcasts of Judah are in the land of Egypt. In 1918, the prophet is positive that 5 cities with Jews and Egyptian converts will accept the God of Israel and will speak the language of Canaan.
Did you hear that? Read that line again, King.
In 1918, the prophet is positive that 5 cities with Jews and Egyptian converts will accept the God of Israel and will speak the language of Canaan.
You hear that? They would accept the God of Israel, right? These other nations, they will accept our God, but they are converts, right? They are not the bloodline descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, right? The lineage of Christ, the lineage of, not this, we don't know who this person is. We're talking about Hamashiach Yahushua, right? Right? There's more in there? Read.
About 70 years after Isaiah, the prophet Zephaniah 3:10 says, from beyond the river of Ethiopia, my suppliants, even the daughter of my dispersed, shall bring mine offering. Many authorities have agreed that the Zephaniah was speaking concerning the Jews who were dispersed and who were colonized the region in and around Ethiopia.
So that's what we're talking about. We're talking about how the Lord is going to gather his people up, right? In those regions, in that coast. It's talking about Ethiopia. That's pretty predominantly talking about the African landmass, right? But we're going to show you that this Bible, that this book is a credible book, right? The source is credible because it's referencing what the Bible is saying. And bring that out 11:11, Isaiah.
This is Isaiah chapter 11, verse 11. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand against the second time.
So this is going to be the second time. This is going to be the second coming when Christ comes back. Hamashiach Yahushua. When he come back the second time, these things is going to take place. Read.
To recover the remnant of his people.
To do what?
To recover the remnant of his people.
Read.
Which shall be left from Assyria.
So the Most High going to gather his people, right? You heard that? Now he's going to tell you where his people was at. Read.
From Assyria, and from Egypt, and from Pathros, and from Cush, and from Elam.
Who is Elam, sister? Who you think? Just take a stab at it. Who you think Elam is today? India. That's right, sister. Sister on point. She in that phone, but she on point. You still with us, huh? Okay.
I wasn't texting or nothing.
Okay, you still with us. Read.
And from Shinar, and from Hamites, and from the islands of the sea. And
so he's going to gather our people from all these regions, right? Read.
And he shall set up an ensign.
He's going to set up an ensign, right? So we're going to have a new flag, right? We're not going to have this bloody flag of America, right? We're going to have a new flag. The Lord is going to set up an ensign for his people, right? Read.
For the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel, and gather together the dispersed of Judah.
He's going to gather Judah. Who is Judah? He's going to gather the dispersed of Judah. Who is the people of Judah? Judah. Not the traitor that set up Jesus. That's Judas. We're talking about Judah.
Oh, that's us.
Right, that's us, right? The so-called Negro, so-called black man, right? So, read.
From the four corners of the earth.
See, we scattered everywhere. He's going to gather us from the four corners of the earth, right? Read.
The envy also of Ephraim.
So that's going into Ephraim, right? That's the northern kingdom, right? So the southern kingdom would be Judah, Benjamin, Levi. This is the southern kingdom. When it said Ephraim, it's talking about Ephraim is the head tribe of the northern kingdom, right? That would be Issachar, Asher, Naphtali, Reuben, Gad, Manasseh, Ephraim, so on and so forth, right? So read that line again.
Sorry. It's fine, sir. The envy also of Ephraim
Envy of Ephraim, read.
shall depart, and the adversaries of Judah shall be cut off.
Right? You hear that? An adversary from us is going to be cut off, right? So that's going into the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom, because the kingdom just broke up, right? That's why that's been going on for thousands of years. The northern kingdom don't like the southern kingdom, right? This is why you can't get along with your brothers, your Puerto Rican brothers, right? This is why you can't get along with them, right? This has been going on forever, right? This is what the Bible is talking about now. It's talking about the so-called black man, the so-called Puerto Rican man, right? Read.
Ephraim shall not envy Judah.
Shall not what?
Shall not envy Judah.
Right, that's going into something else, but I just wanted to let you know who was Ephraim, right? So that's why you see like the so-called Issachar today, they out here with their flags and all that. That's good. That's a good thing, right? But we are still in captivity, right? What was that day they celebrating?
I didn't know they be riding around the flags.
Independence, right? Mexican Independence Day. Right, Hispanic Heritage Month. But we all still in captivity, right? You know how we know we in captivity, sisters? Because when we ask you, what's your nationality, right? And we can ask, if we line up 3-4 black people right here, what's your nationality? You saw all them different bywords that we had, nigger, color, all of those different bywords. That's how you know that we are lost as a people. When we know that we don't even know our own nationality. Really, we Hebrew people, right? You ever heard that term? That term, working harder than the Hebrew slaves. Right. They talking about our people, right? We used to say that back in the day. We didn't know that we was Hebrew, but that's really where we come from, right? But we lost our nationality. We lost our name because we disobeyed God, right? Give me Amos 3:1, right? Give me Jeremiah 17:4, and give me Isaiah 1:3. Right, whoever got it first. Right, so we're going to show you what happened to our people as a nation of people. Right? Got it? All right, you hear this, sister? Listen to this, sister. Read that.
This is the book of Jeremiah 17:4. And thou even thyself shall discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee.
This is Jeremiah saying he's a prophet, right? He still went into slavery with his people. He's saying that even himself, he's going to discontinue from his heritage. Because the Lord said we're going to go in captivity after captivity to the point we're not going to even know who we are, right? When you watch the movie Roots, you remember that movie? When he was trying to keep his heritage and keep his name, he kept saying his name was Kunta Kinte, right? But in all nationality, they beat it out of him. They told him his name was Toby, right? So this is what we're saying. We will lose our name. We will lose, like you're saying, our last names. Them last names don't belong to us. Those belongs to our oppressors, right? Even the so-called Spanish, right? They wasn't speaking Spanish. They was conquered and colonized as a people. So now they have Spanish last names, right? But we are the same people, right? The blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians. But we lost our nationality. Read.
Come. And I will cause thee to serve thine enemies. Come. And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thy heritage that I gave thee. And I will cause thee to serve thine enemies.
He will cause thee to what?
Serve thine enemies.
He said once we lose our nationality, our names, we was going to have to serve our enemies, right? When we got off those ships, we're going to have to lose our nationality and serve our enemies. Read.
In the land in which thou knowest not.
In the land which we know is not. When we got here, we didn't know where we was at, right? And other captivities, right? When we was in Babylon, we didn't know, we knew the landmass, but we didn't know that land. That wasn't our land. We was subjugated to the Babylonians, right? Then after the Babylonians, we went to the Persians. After the Persian Medes, we went to the Greeks. Then we went to the Romans, right? Read.
For ye have kindled a fire in mine anger.
What the Lord said we did what?
For ye have kindled a fire in mine anger.
Because we stiff-necked, right? We don't want to listen to the Lord, right? The Lord tell you not to eat shrimp, crab, lobster. It's unclean to you. Don't eat pork. He made those animals to clean the earth. That's what they for. They're not for you to consume. Do we listen to that? No. We continue to eat that. And now when we get 60, 65, we dropping dead, right? Because you've been consuming all this waste and filth your whole life, right? Is there more in there? Okay, that's it. All right, bring this out, King.
This is Amos chapter 3, verse 1. Hear this word that the Lord hath spoken against you, O children of Israel.
Did you hear that, sister? It said, hear these words that the Lord hath spoken against you, O children of Israel. Talking to his people, right? Because he fed up at this moment. The Most High done at this point, right? Read.
Against the family, the whole family, which I brought up from the land of Egypt.
Read it from the top.
So like from the starting again. This is Amos chapter 3, verse 1. Hear this word that the Lord hath spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known.
Saying what?
You only have I known.
Read.
Of all the families of the earth. Therefore I will punish you.
You hear that, sister? The Lord said, out of all the nations of the earth, you only have I known, right? Who was the law, statutes, and commandments given to? Right? At Mount Sinai. It was given to us, our people. It wasn't given to the whole earth. It wasn't given to every nation in the world. It was given to a specific people. It was given only to the Israelites. So the Bible said, you only have I known. I only gave you my law, statutes, and commandments, so I'm going to punish you. Right? Read that.
This is Amos chapter 3, verse 2. You only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquity.
So the Lord said he's going to punish us for all our iniquities.
Created me in his image. Lord, forgive us for sinning. Gotta endure to the finish. The water, Yahweh, repentance. He sent his only son to die.